Good morning. Today we will learn about validity of a tool. So first let us study about the concept of validity. The concept of validity was formulated by Cayley in 1927, who stated that a test is valid if it measures what it claims to measure. The term validity refers to the capacity of a tool to measure what it is supposed to measure. For example, a tool designed to test for anxiety cannot measure anger, just as a social competency scale cannot measure emotional resilience. Here, some definitions have been given by eminent scholars. Lacey and Jensen in 1994 defines validity as making common sense and being persuasive and seeming right to the reader. For Polkinghorne in 1988, validity of a theory refers to results that have the appearance of truth or reality. An index of validity shows the degree to which a test measures what it purports to measure when compared with accepted criteria. This definition has been given by Freeman. Before we start to measure the validity of a tool, we should consider validity checklist. Here there is outlined what considerations are needed and how they can help us evaluate validity. We will start with some questions. Do the objectives tone with the assessment intentions we are interested in? Second, does the test comprise a wide adequate range of content? Next, are there a sufficient amount of items or tasks to cover the purpose of what is being assessed? Do the tasks entail use of the anticipated skills and reasoning processes? Is there a prominence on deep-rooted rather than surface knowledge? Are the objectives for the assessment goal clear? Are the questions very clear? Are the time limits enough? Do the objectives avoid supporting groups of students more likely to have useful background knowledge, for instance, boys or girls? Is the language used right and proper? After completing checklist, you should know about the different types of validity. So, I am going to explain the different types of validity. There are four main types of validity: face validity, content validity, criterion related validity, and construct validity. For selecting appropriate method of validity, need to ask some questions in relation to your tool. For face validity, does the content or item of the test appear to the suitable to its aim? For content validity, does the assessment content cover what you want to assess? Or is the test fully representative of what it aims to measure? And for criterion related validity, how well does the test measure what you want to it? Do the results correspond to a different test of the same things? And for construct validity, are you measuring what you think you are measuring, or does the test measure the concept that it is intended to measure? Now I am going to discuss the face validity in detail. Face validity considers that the tool measures what it is supposed to measure. Face validity is strictly an indication of the appearance of validity of an assessment. An instrument would be rejected by potential users if it did not at least possesses face validity. Higher informal assessment tools may lack face validity. As face validity is a subjective measure, it's often considered the weakest form of validity. However, it can be useful in the initial stages of developing a method. For example, you create a survey to measure the regularity of people's dietary habits. You review the survey items which ask questions about every meal of the day and snacks eaten in between for every day of the week. On its surface, the survey seems like a good representation of what you want to test, so you consider it to have high face validity. Next, content validity. Content validity assesses whether a test is representative of all aspects of the construct. To yield valid results, the content of a test or measurement method must represent all significant part of the subject it intentions to measure. If some aspects are missing from the measurement or if irrelevant aspects are included, the validity is at risk. For example, a science teacher develops an end of semester physics test for her class. The test should cover every form of physics that was taught in the class. If some types of content are left out, then the results may not be an accurate indication of students' understanding of the subject. Similarly, if she includes questions that are not related physics, the results are no longer a valid measure of physics knowledge. Now, criterion related validity. Criterion validity evaluates how closely the results of a test correspond to the results of another different test. Now, what is a criterion? The criterion is an external measurement of the same things. It is usually an established or widely used test that is already considered valid. What is criterion validity? So, to evaluate criterion validity, there is a need to calculate the correlation between the results of test measurement and the results of the criterion measurement. If there is a high correlation, this gives a good indication that your test is measuring what it intends to measure. For example, a teacher creates a new test to measure applicants' Hindi writing ability. To assess how well the test really does measure students' writing ability, she finds an existing test that is considered a valid measurement of Hindi writing ability and compares the results when same group of students take both tests. If the outcomes are very similar, the new test has a high correlation validity. Now, construct validity. Construct validity refers to whether the method of assessment will actually elicit the desired response from a subject. Two types of construct validity are convergent and discriminant. If an assessment produces parallel results to another assessment aimed to measure the same skill, the assessment has convergent validity. If an assessment produces dissimilar results compared to an assessment it should be dissimilar to, it is said to have discriminant validity. Discriminant validity is the extent to which a test does not measure what it should not. Its central to establishing the overall validity of a method. For more clarity, I would like to explain what is a construct. A construct indicates to a concept or characteristic that cannot be directly observed but can be measured by observing other indicators that are allied with it. Constructs may be considered as characteristics of individuals such as intelligence, obesity, adjustment, interpersonal relationship or aggression. It can also be extensive concepts applied to organizations or social groups such as gender equality, corporate social responsibility or freedom of speech. For example, there is no objective observable entity called depression that we can measure directly, but based on existing psychological research and theory, we can measure depression based on a collection of symptoms and indicators so as low self-confidence and low energy levels. So construct validity is about ensuring that the method of measurement matches the construct you want to measure. If you develop a questionnaire to diagnose impulsivity, you need to know, does the questionnaire really measure the construct of impulsivity? To achieve construct validity, it is necessary to confirm that the indicator and measurements are wisely developed based on relevant existing knowledge. The questionnaire must contain only relevant questions that measures known indicators of depression. After knowing the types of validity, it is imperative to know the validity of results. So, let us discuss about validity of results. There are three types of validity primarily related to the results of an assessment: internal, conclusion and external validity. If an assessment has internal validity, the variables show a causal relationship. Conclusion validity means there is some types of relationship between the variables involved, whether positive or negative. External validity involves causal relationships drawn from the study that can be generalized to other situations. Thank you so much.